So let's talk about 3 ways that followers can promote and maintain order within the church. I do a lot of weddings as a pastor. Wedding is one of those things that you want to see a lot of order in, right? Whenever a couple asks me to be a part of their wedding, I give them a stipulation, which is that in order for me to officiate their wedding, they've got to do premarital counseling. See, the reason for it is I don't want to be a part of just making sure that a wedding is in order. I want to be a part of making sure that a marriage is in order. And so far, I have had over 120 couples say yes to that stipulation. And so I've done a lot of premarital counseling, and I've done a lot of weddings. And what's cool about that is that pretty much all of them have viewed me as a person with experience, if not an expert, about how to go about doing a wedding and how to go about doing a marriage. I've been doing it for over 25 years now. And I love the fact that they would consider me that, and they would invite me into that place, into their life for this particular event, because they understand that the reason why I'm a part of it is for everyone's benefit. That is the exact same way that God would want those who are a part of the church or his followers to view their pastors. Be pastorable. See, when a couple tells me that all they really want for me to do is just officiate their wedding, they really aren't interested in all of the other stuff, what they're essentially saying to me is I'm not interested in a relationship with you. I just want to take advantage of your role, your position, and what it is that you can do for me for my own personal benefit. That's the way that a lot of people treat pastors this day and age. They don't see them as being a person who is a personal investor into their life. What they want is just somebody who could potentially provide something to them, like some education or some inspiration or some entertainment. My responsibility as a pastor, as a preacher, as a teacher, is not just to provide good teaching. It's not. Being pastoral isn't letting me be your personal Bible teacher. It's letting us get to know you and equip you to do the things that God has designed for you to do. And make no mistake about it, God has designed something for every single one of us to do. I promise. All right, here's the second thing that followers can promote and maintain order within the church. Number 2, accept your part. Accept your part. To accept our part is to understand that we have a specific but equal function within the body. Every single one of us. That is just as significant as any role. Your role is just as significant as my role in God's plan. You have to believe that. If you don't believe that, it will be so easy for you to shirk your role and responsibility. And when you do that, the church gets out of order. Here's the third way that followers can promote and maintain order within the church. Never forget who's invited. Never forget who's invited. Let me explain what I mean by that. Back to the wedding illustration for a second. Have any of you ever been to a wedding that was chaotic? Some of us who have done a lot of weddings have particular memories. I've been to some pretty chaotic weddings. I've actually done some pretty chaotic weddings. God does not want that to happen when a person visits this church. He doesn't want that to look like somebody showing up to a really bad wedding. What he wants is for them to show up and be impressed by the expressions of love and the way that people have come together in family in order to be able to embrace something new, something amazing, and something awesome that God is doing and bringing two people together into an expression of love. This is what God wants for the church. And when people show up to it, that's what they're supposed to see is love, expressions of love, not just us toward God, but us towards them. And we shouldn't ever lose sight of that, ever. Our God cares so much about order because it's an expression of him. And when a thing is in order, it means it is ready to be used by God for a very important work. And I promise you that one of the most important works that God wants to do is to invite people here, to be able to experience him by experiencing you.